Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 20th of August, Tuesday. We're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the markets today, and we'll go ahead and look at some things we need to watch out for coming up. And we'll go through some stocks that we're going to have on watch. I had to check the day. It was Monday, and the markets were actually up today. Gap up open on the market today. The Dow Jones up 250 points. The transport's up 114. Nasdaq coming in with a plus 107, and the S&P 500 plus 35 points on the day. As you can see from our heat map on FinViz, a lot of green on our screen today. Google popping today. Facebook, all the FANG names moving up today. We had Apple moving up almost 2% on the day. Not such a great day for GE. That one in the red today, down a little over 1% on the day. Bank America and the banks were getting some buying as the yield curve started to move back up. And so some of the banks got some buying here. JP Morgan up a little under 1%. Bank America up a little under 1%. Wells Fargo popping 2% there. And Citigroup jumping 1.31% on the day. Visa jumping 1%. MasterCard jumping 1.35% on the day. So overall, a good day for the bulls. Home Depot has earnings coming up soon. That stock jumping 2% on the day for Home Depot. As you can see, Pfizer even made a comeback today, up 1.5% on the day on Pfizer. The oil stocks were getting some buying. ExxonMobil, Chevron also getting some buying, and Walmart popping up almost 1% on the day. Some of your top stocks, top gainers, this courtesy of the Trade Exchange. YUMA with a big pop today. We played YUMA, Y-U-M-A, over $4 in the room today, and that stock jumped over almost to $6 on YUMA. Total on the stock up over 159% on the day. DPW, we caught this one in the trading room at Zozo StockWatch. We traded over $8.70, and the stock popped up over $10 on DPW. Had a big day in DPW. For the day, it was up over 133% on the day. MGEN, a nice move up today on that name. IDSA. DRYS got taken out today. We'll talk more about that in a second. Rose popping up today. QIWI came out with earnings this morning. That stock up 21% on the day. Cena had earnings. That stock jumping 15%. NYNY, that stock was a takeout, up 15% on that name. To the downside, PCG got hit. VIVE, CSTL, NBRV. But then they had news come out later on, and NBRV actually moved up. For the day, YGYI was down. GE, like we mentioned, was down. Domino's Pizza losing a little bit of steam today. So that was some of your top 10 losers for the day. Let's go ahead and scroll down. And some of your unusual options activity on the day. You had JD, BRFS, IONS, PPL, WIN with unusual call activity on the name. CNHI, unusual call activity. CNDT. To the put side, letter X, IOVA, Teva, and CHS, unusual put activity in those names. Let's go ahead and take a look at some things we have to watch out for tomorrow as far as economic information. Pretty light Red Book sales will be coming out tomorrow at 5 minutes to 9, so Red Book sales. And then after that, we get the API crude oil data coming out at 4:30 in the after hours tomorrow on Tuesday Thursday the 20th. For Wednesday, you have the FOMC minutes coming out at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday the 21st. Friday the 23rd, don't forget Jerome Powell will be speaking. He'll be at the Jackson Hole Symposium there. So Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. That's 10 o'clock Eastern Time for Jerome Powell on Friday the 23rd. Let's go ahead and take a look at shippers. We had a DryShip moving up. I just want to show you. So DRYS, DRYS, was popping. It was taken out today. DRYS for $5.25. So all those long-term holders in DRYS are going to get $5.25. Entered into definitive merger agreement with SPWR. II Holdings and $5.25 per share in cash transaction for DRYS. So that started to get some of the shippers popping up today. So I have this screener. I'll put this down in the comments section of this video. It's a screener that I have. It's shippers, shipping stocks industry. So you can take a look at some of the shippers. You had GRIN popping up today. NM was getting a little bit of buying. NMCI was popping up a little bit. What else do we have? OSG was moving up. SALT moving up. So these are all the shippers. SBLK. All these names were getting a little bit of pops. DCIX popping up. I think GLBS was moving up a little bit today. Let's see if there's any LPG showing some strength today. The one that I was looking at, FRO. Let me see if that one's on here. Yeah, FRO. That one was popping up today also, FRO. So definitely take a look at this screener that I'm going to put from FinViz down in the comments section for you below. So DRYS got some of the shippers moving around today. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the earnings that came out this morning. You had ST Lauder came out with the earnings. They were up on earnings. EL, Baidu came out after the bell tonight. We'll take a further look at that in a moment. Home Depot reports before the bell tomorrow. Kohl's will be reporting. TJ Maxx, and then you have Medtronics tomorrow before the open. Tuesday after the bell, Cree, Urban Outfitters, Toll Brothers, TOL will be reporting tomorrow after the bell. And as you can see, we have a lot of earnings coming out. Mostly retail stocks will be coming out, but we do get some tech stocks on Thursday after the bell, and Foot Locker FL rounds it off on Friday. So that's some of your earnings coming out courtesy of Earnings Whisper. Let's go ahead and look at some of the news that came out today other than DryShips getting bought out. But Disney, negative news out after the, not after the bell, but during the market today. Disney whistleblower told SEC the company inflated revenue for years. That coming from Market Watch. So Disney selling off here today on DIS. Disney. Some other news. This all courtesy of the Trade Exchange, built for traders by traders. Audio news throughout the day. NBRV got FDA approves new antibiotic to treat community-acquired bacterial pneumonia. So that on NBRV, that was popping that stock up in the after hours tonight. It was halted. Then that news came out. Let's see, news that came out after the bell for tonight, courtesy of the Trade Exchange. MRNA received a fast track designation, MRNA. That stock moving up in the after hours on this name, a fast track designation for one of their drugs. Morgan Stanley out in defense of Disney, but not helping the stock too much here in the after hours. Let's see, what else do we have as far as news after the bell tonight? Scrolling through, Baidu came out with their earnings after the bell. BIDU. They closed it at 104, currently trading up here at 113 on BIDU. Delivered a solid second quarter with revenues reaching 26.3 billion, growing 9%, and then Baidu core revenues growing 12%. So an overall good report out of Baidu, and being rewarded in the after hours tonight. Big pop up there. IQ had earnings after the bell. Let's see, misses by 4 cents. Revenue came in line, so that wasn't enough for this stock. Moving it down, closed at 18, currently trading at around 16.50 in the after hours. YRIV is going to be delisted. ZSAN, 15 million ATM through BTIG. ZSAN, that stock, not too much damage at the moment on ZSAN. And then we had Sarepta. They got a CLR from the FDA. Therapy receives complete response letter from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. So let's check that one out. SRPT. That stock was sub 100, bouncing back a little bit here on SRPT. As you can see, it's been getting hit. Closed at 120, currently trading at 105. Was down as low as $95 on SRPT. U.S. Steel to temporary lay off hundreds of Michigan workers. Letter X, U.S. Steel, not hurting that stock at the moment on U.S. Steel. Actually up for the day, 15.3 million shares in letter X. So that's some of your news that came out after the bell tonight, courtesy of the Trade Exchange. So as I mentioned, was a gap up Monday for the markets. We haven't seen that in a while, so they gapped us up today, and we held the gains throughout the day here. Here's the daily chart. We came right up to the 20 SMA and kind of pulled back from it here. So a little bit of an indecisive candle as we got closer to the 20 SMA. 20 SMA currently on the SPY is 293.29. So keep an eye on that area. The high for today was 293.08. We also have the 50 SMA up there, up ahead. That's at 294.18. The solid blue line is the 50 SMA moving average. And then volume today was about 52 million shares on the SPY. So we're holding above the 200, but work to do yet. Still need to get up over around that 294, 295 area to get us out of the woods. So still kind of in the woods here a little bit, but the bulls are battling back and holding that 282 area, holding that 150 SMA. The Qs, the QQQ, same thing, couldn't get up above and hold above the 20 SMA today on the Qs. The IWM still a little bit worrisome here as that remains below the 200 SMA on the IWM, the Russell 2000 ETF. We did hold this 145 area, but unable to penetrate and get back above the 200 SMA. The SMH itself also coming up to the 20 SMA, was in this consolidation. They gapped it up this morning, still has that 115 area up ahead. The high today 115.17. The 20 SMA on the SMH is at 114.76, so we closed just below it on the SMH. Like I said, EL had their earnings. They gapped that one up today on EL. Lift lockup period expired today, so Lyft was down today. Here's the damage in Lyft on the intraday chart. LYFT taking a big hit, and Uber was down in sympathy also. Uber looks real ugly on the daily chart. By the way, we talked about Pfizer. If some of you got it from our videos, been talking about Pfizer. It's been down quite a bit lately, and then there's your bounce in PFE as of today. We did a swing trade in ConocoPhillips, COP. We got a nice bounce in this one, ConocoPhillips. We paid ourselves on some of this swing trade at the service at Zozo StockWatch. We do day trading and swing trading at zozostockwatch.com. So let's go ahead and look at some of the sectors today. The OIH was popping for today, up 3.97%. Names like Schlumberger, Halliburton, Rig popping up. So the TNX, the Treasury yield, this was up today. Let's go and look at it on the weekly chart. The TNX, as you can see, we were threatening to take out these previous lows here, and right now we're making a higher low on the TNX, but folks were getting nervous about recession talk, etc. TAN bouncing back today. TAN up almost 3% on the day. Oil moving up a little bit today. The light sweet crude oil WTI was up 2.43%. The ETF for oil was up 2.28%. The USO, here's the weekly, so you can see the carnage that's been going on the USO. Let's go ahead and look at the weekly of the XOIL light sweet crude oil. Still a lot of work to do, but we are holding above 55 now. We'll see if we're going to get back above $60, holding above that $50 area on light sweet crude oil. SMH was up 1.65% today. To the downside today, the VIX lost more steam today. We have a 16-17 handle on the VIX. That was down 8.61% on the day. JNUG and some of the gold instruments also moving down today, 4.69%. Nougat also moving down over 3.5% on Nougat. And so that's some of your gold select. The MJ took another hit today. The marijuana ETF was down 1% on the day. I'll go ahead and look at the overnight futures. Right now, not indicating too much right now. It's early in the session. It's about 6:35 p.m. Eastern time, my time. Dow futures down about 3. S&P futures basically flat. NASDAQ futures down about 2. Currently, once again, early in the session with the futures. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that watch list for tomorrow. So like I said, I'll give you that scan for the shippers. I'm going to have quite a few shippers on watch. DCIX will be on watch for tomorrow. GLBS will be on watch for tomorrow. Was ticking up a little bit. Now, I don't know if these are going to go anywhere for tomorrow, but I see some volume was coming in on Nordic American tanker here. TNK, I believe, was popping up. GNK also trying to turn the corner here. So I'll have some of these shippers on watch. LPG, let's check this one. Yeah, this was popping nicely today. FRO also moving up today. So you definitely have to have a few shippers on watch for tomorrow. SBLK, another shipper. Keep this one on watch for tomorrow. We could get continuation moves in some of those shippers, all right? And once again, I'll put that link to FinViz down in the comments section down below. EROS was getting some expanding volume here. A beaten down name, EROS. Not in love with this name, but it is perking up a little bit. 4.7 million shares. Had sold off. Trying to maybe turn the corner. So I'll have it on watch. Dead cat bounce kind of thing. HZNP. This one had a nice move today. If they can get HZNP over 2775, 2780 area for HZNP. I'll be watching this one tomorrow. Looks interesting. Kind of a breakout here on the daily. Let's see. JMIA will be reporting earnings on the 21st. It was getting some buying today, 1.8 million shares. JMIA, so I'll be watching that one for an intraday play on that. Once again, these videos are for educational purposes only. If you take a trade off of the videos, it's your trade. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Mostly hit the like button for the algos out there on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. We greatly appreciate the support. It's a free video, so please, if you could, go down below this video, hit that thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. MBIO will be another name I'll be watching. 591,000 shares came into MBIO, starting to turn the corner here, so I'll keep it on watch. MGEN had a nice expanding volume day. Let's see if there's anything left in the tank on that one. Let's see. IEA is a one one that is flagging here under $4. It popped up over $4, holding and riding the 5 EMA on our daily chart at the moment. Volume a little bit light on this name, but if we can get through this $4, the highs today were $4 even. So if we get through that $4, we could see some volume coming in on the name. MRNA with that news tonight. Maybe this one will make a continuation move. Maybe we get some kind of pullback, a red to green type of move, or some kind of consolidation for a further move up on MRNA. That'll be on watch. A NAC, a small little gold stock, was perking up. 2 million shares came into this. If they can get it up over 75 cents, might get interesting there on NAK. Keep an eye on gold though. NBRV. It had been down. We had talked about it on the previous videos. It was halted throughout the day today. Now it had news come out. It popped all the way up to $3. It closed at what, 221. It popped up to $3. Now it's holding around this 275 area on that news. So we'll keep this one on watch. NBRV for intraday trades. PSTV, we actually traded this one in the service this morning. We caught it coming up over $12 on PSTV. It popped all the way up to $15 on PSTV. So a nice, never came back at us, by the way, in the pre-market, PSTV. Usually when you see stocks have a big run, sometimes you get a nice follow through, especially if they pop on a Friday and a strong close. You get follow through on Monday as shorts come in and cover. So that's why we had this one on watch. So a nice pop up there. RKDA in pullback mode right now. We popped all the way up to $9. Keep an eye on this one. At some point, maybe dip buyers might show up on RKDA. SOLY, we traded in the service today right over $10.75. Stock popped just under $11.25 on SOLY. So this one will be on watch for tomorrow to see if we're going to get any other trades out of SOLY. Sono, talked about this one on the video last night. It did break that 12.25 area and pushed all the way through 13. Now, I didn't catch this one today. I was busy with other stocks, but we'll keep it on watch to see if it wants to do anything tomorrow. Volume was 5.4 million shares on Sono. SPWR bouncing off the 20 SMA here, so it's a solar stock. Keep an eye on this one. VSLR, also keep an eye on this name. Getting back above the 10 and the 20 SMA. Solar stocks here on both of those. TROV, we traded TROV. First time I took TROV, I took a small loss in it. We thought it was going to go here up over 275. Came back at me, had to get back out. But second time was the charm here. Tried it again over 277. And the stock popped over $3, $3.10. So small loss here on the first trade, took out 277 again, and we finally took out this high and off to the races there on TROV. So this one will be on watch for tomorrow. Maybe it gets a further continuation. 6.5 million shares. YUMA was very nice to us today. YUMA back here, it took out $4, made a big pop. Then it consolidated on VWAP and our 55 moving average right here. Took out the whole number here, $4, for a big burst up over to $6.50 a share on UMA, but then sold off after that. But we'll keep it on watch. I mean, I don't like this candle. It popped up, gave a lot back, but 22 million shares came into YUMA. So we'll keep it on watch again for tomorrow. We'll see if there's any kind of life in that one. Let's see, TRNX, I had it on my list. It was popping a little bit in the after hours. Now it's selling off, so not in love with TRNX in the after hours or for tomorrow now. All right, this is Mike from Zozo Stockwatch.